Let me start with a situation I know way too many people are living in right now. You open your investment account, you've been contributing faithfully, month after month, year after year, and you're staring at the number thinking, is this it? Because it doesn't feel like momentum. It feels like effort, like discipline without payoff. You're doing everything right, but nothing seems to be moving fast enough to matter. Here's what most people don't realize, and this is important. Wealth doesn't feel rewarding until it suddenly does. Not gradually, not politely, suddenly. There are 3 very specific net worth milestones where money stops feeling like something you babysit and starts behaving like something that actually works for you. And if you don't understand where these tipping points are, you're almost guaranteed to quit right before things get good. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what those milestones are, why they matter psychologically and mathematically, and why most people never reach them, not because they can't, but because they misunderstand how progress actually works. Before we talk numbers, we need to clear up a dangerous assumption. Most people believe wealth grows linearly. Save a little, get a little. Save more, get proportionally more. Every dollar feels equal. But investing doesn't work that way. Money grows exponentially, not emotionally. And that mismatch between how progress feels and how progress actually works is why people give up early, chase bad ideas, or keep thinking the problem is not earning enough. Here's a stat that should sober everyone in this room. According to Federal Reserve data, nearly 60% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without borrowing or selling something. Not because they're lazy, not because they're irresponsible, but because most people never reach the phase where money starts compounding for real. That phase only starts after the first milestone. Milestone number 1, $100,000, when money finally wakes up. Let's talk about the first $100,000. This number has almost mythical status, and for good reason, because it's not just a financial milestone, it's a psychological endurance test. Imagine investing $500 per month. That's $6,000 per year. Not nothing, but not heroic either. Assume a conservative long-term return of about 7%. At that pace, it takes roughly 7 to 8 years to reach $100,000. And here's the frustrating part. During that entire stretch, it feels like you are doing all the work. Your contributions make up nearly half the account. The growth feels underwhelming. This is where people start thinking, I should be further ahead. Or maybe investing isn't for people like me. Or maybe I need something faster. And this is where most people sabotage themselves. Here's what most people don't realize. The first $100,000 isn't about returns. It's about building critical mass. Think of it like starting a campfire. The first logs don't produce much heat, but without them, the fire never starts. Once you hit 100,000, something subtle changes. A 7% return is now $7,000 per year. That's more than a full year of contributions for many people. Your money has officially entered the conversation. Here's where traditional thinking completely breaks down. People assume $100,000 is 1/10 of a million, so I'm 10% of the way there. That logic is dead wrong, because the hardest part of compounding is getting enough capital for compounding to matter. From 0 to 100,000 is brutally slow. From 100,000 onward, the math changes dramatically. At this point, time becomes more powerful than effort. And that leads to the second milestone, the one where people finally feel the difference in real life. Milestone number 2, $650,000, when work becomes optional. Now this is where things get really interesting, because this milestone doesn't just change numbers, it changes how you experience risk, stress, and choice. Let's talk about income. The median household income in the U.S. is roughly $75,000 to $80,000 per year. That income requires selling time, maintaining health, staying employed, playing office politics, being needed. Now let's look at $650,000 invested. At a modest 7 to 8% return, that portfolio can generate $45,000 to $52,000 per year. That's not luxury money, but it's life-altering money. Because now, losing a job is no longer an emergency. Taking time off doesn't cause panic. Saying no becomes possible. This is where wealth stops being theoretical. This is where people sleep differently. Here's what changes mentally at this level. You stop making decisions purely out of fear. You don't need every paycheck to survive. You don't need every bonus. You don't need to tolerate nonsense indefinitely. You start thinking in years instead of paychecks. This is also where risk flips. Most people think wealth makes you conservative. The opposite is true. Wealth makes you capable of taking smarter risks. Because when your base expenses are partially covered by assets, starting a business becomes safer. Changing careers becomes realistic. Investing in yourself finally makes sense. This is the stage where people realize, I'm no longer trapped, I'm positioned. For many people, $650,000 is more emotionally powerful than $1 million, because it's the moment money reduces pressure, not just increases pride. You don't feel rich, you feel secure. And security changes behavior. It makes patience easier. It makes discipline sustainable. It makes long-term thinking possible, which sets the stage for the final transformation. Milestone number 3, $1 million, when the game changes. Crossing 7 figures doesn't feel the way people imagine. There's no confetti, no cinematic moment. What you feel is relief. Because now you know something most people never get to experience. You don't need luck to be okay. At $1 million invested, a 4 to 5% withdrawal supports $40,000 to $50,000 per year. A 7% return generates $70,000 annually on paper. Growth alone rivals many full-time incomes. But here's the real shift. You stop asking, can I afford this, and start asking, is this worth my time? That question alone is priceless. Here's the mistake people make. They hit $1 million and slow down. They treat it like a finish line. In reality, it's a launch pad. From $1 million to $1.5 million only requires a 50% increase. Historically, that can happen in a handful of good market years. From $1 million to $2 million, that's just a doubling, something markets have done repeatedly over long periods. Each additional million requires less effort than the last. This is where compounding becomes unfair, in your favor. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great until the market collapses. Fair concern, but here's what most people don't realize. Market crashes are dangerous only if you panic, or if you're undercapitalized. If you're still contributing, crashes help you buy more at lower prices. If you're diversified, crashes are temporary interruptions, not permanent damage. Every major crash in modern history has eventually recovered, every single one. The real risk isn't volatility. The real risk is never reaching the point where volatility stops mattering. Why most people never reach these milestones? Let's be honest, the math isn't the problem. The problem is impatience, comparison, quitting early, chasing shortcuts. People abandon compounding because it doesn't reward them emotionally at first. But wealth doesn't care how you feel. It responds to consistency. If you're under $100,000, your job is boring consistency. Automation beats motivation. If you're between $100,000 and $650,000, protect momentum, avoid lifestyle inflation, let time do its work. If you're approaching $1 million, think defensively and opportunistically. Preserve capital while letting growth continue. No matter where you are, the most powerful move is staying in the game. One day, years from now,
You'll open your account and realize something strange. You didn't get lucky. You didn't time anything perfectly. You just stayed consistent long enough for math to take over. And that's when everything changes. Because wealth doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly and then refuses to leave. If this helped you see the path more clearly, make sure you're subscribed, and more importantly, start today.